Let's check what we have for the Azure Front Door now. And again, here I am on the portal. I already have my front door created and I also configured it. So let's check basically how it looks like. I will go to the front door designer, and here, as you can see, I have 3 buckets: my front ends or domains, my backend pools, and also my routing rules. So in the context of this session, all the magic actually happens within the backend pools. So let's check this one. The backend pool called func, and as you can see, I have 2 backend host names. So let's say kind of 2 servers, 2 endpoints that I will balance my traffic between. So this is the Azure function, the same Azure function deployed and in North and West Europe. And the idea here is basically front door will use a bit different algorithm to decide to which exact node he needs to send the traffic. So first of all, the front door will check the priority. And in our case, priority 1 and priority 1 here means that both nodes has the same priority. So they are equal. Next, it will check the performance. So the way how it will check the performance of those is shown here. So under the load balancing section, I have a few attributes, and one of those called latency sensitivity. So let me say that I will put 300 milliseconds here. What it will mean? The front door will continuously send the health probes. And because front door is a globally distributed service, so it's deployed basically on all the nodes across Azure, it will send those probes also from all the nodes across Azure. And for each and every health probe, it will measure the latency. And here, in my case, if I will say that my latency sensitivity is 300 milliseconds, it will basically mean that if the health probe was able to respond in under 300 milliseconds, then we consider this as a good performance. If it takes more, then okay, we still recognize that backend as a healthy backend, but we will not send any traffic from this edge node to this backend server because we didn't pass the latency sensitivity threshold. Again, if both of those West Europe and North Europe are under 300 milliseconds, then again they are equal in terms of performance. So the next parameter, as a tiebreaker, it will use the weight parameter. In this case, I have 50 here and 50 here, which will basically means that it will distribute that traffic equally in a, let's say, round-robin way between North Europe and West Europe. I can say, for example, 10 to 50, it will then means that for each 10 requests it will send to North European region, it will send 50 requests to the West European region. So as you can see, in terms of the front door, it's a bit more complicated, but still you're more flexible in terms of how to configure your load balancer.